Hello, I'm Isabelle from Mind Body Education, and I'm here today with Carina Hampton from Willow Training College, who are our training providers of the week. So congratulations, Carina. I'm really excited to have you as our training provider of the week. It's great to talk to you today.
Thanks, Isabelle. It's great to be here.
Thank you. Carina, can you tell us a little bit about what you do there at Willow Training College? I know you're based in Western Australia, but you do have online classes as well, don't you? Can you tell us a little bit about what you actually offer?
Sure. Our Willow Training College journey has felt like an amazing whirlwind for us over here in Western Australia. We've come out of 20 plus years of human service delivery in the mental health and the wellbeing space. And so Willow Training was about us being able to connect in with the courses and the programs that we felt were really valuable to our clients, but to be able to really empower and educate other people who are interested in this field to be able to train and start, their own service delivery themselves. So we see Willow Training as filling a lot of gaps in the West Australian and especially the Southwest market. And we're loving, so we have on-campus courses from the meditation teaching and the holistic integrated creative arts courses as well, and everything that surrounds that.
Fantastic. That sounds like a lot of variety. That's great. That's great. So what made you, I guess you really have just answered this question, but what made you decide to become a training provider? What made you decide to sort of take that move?
I think informally, we have been for a long time. We're an organisation that has students and interns and volunteers and all sorts of people in and out of our practice all the time who are wanting to be educated, be trained, and get a real hands-on experience of the field that they're moving into. So I think we just formalised it with Willow Training, and we wanted to be able to link in with accredited programs like those that are provided through Mind Body Education. So we're not just giving the anecdotal information to people, we're actually working with accredited courses and qualifications for people.
Yes, very important, for sure. So tell me, Carina, what are you passionate about? What really drives you?
People,
nice.
all sorts of people. And the differences of people, and how every person who walks in a room as a client or a student is uniquely themselves. And probably, for my students, they'll tell you that one of my most common phrases is you just have to be authentically you. Be you, don't be me, don't be anybody else. And I think I ask that of my clients as well, is that if we're not authentically ourselves, we're often out of balance, and because we can't trick ourselves very well. So people in all forms in which they come.
Fantastic, that's great. So what would you say is the most rewarding part about this journey for you?
In terms of the training space, I think it's about being able to have a far greater impact than we can as an individual. That, I might be able to see 20 or 25 clients a week in my own practice. But if I can work with, 20 or 50 students and support them to develop their businesses, the impact of that and the amount of people that we can be supporting, throughout my career as that flow-on effect is massive. And yes, I think that there's an increasing need. So we need more and more and more and more of us to be working at the clinical end, but absolutely in the preventative end as well.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. So what do you think it is about your college that makes it special?
I think it is the fact that we have that industry background. We've already lived or walked the path, if you like, of setting up our own practices and branding ourselves and marketing, and, that very difficult stage of putting a dollar figure on your time as a practitioner. So I think that we can add that value to the people that we're working, the students that we're working with. And we've got, a long history of clinical practice as well. So lots of examples of how a particular, maybe meditation or art therapy or music would apply to different client groups. So I think it's that industry-based experience, and that we've walked the path that our students are looking to walk.
Sure, and that's really, really important, isn't it? Okay, and another thing that I'd really like to know is, has there been a significant moment or, a pivotal time in your development as a training provider that really stands out for you?
Oh, I'm not sure. I think there's been lots of quite amazing ones. I think for me, I was just having a conversation with our students this week about this idea of mainstream therapies and alternative therapies, and how interesting it is that the history and what people have known across cultures and times is now what we consider alternative. And I find that really interesting, because I probably, a couple of years ago would have said I was quite a mainstream practitioner, but I'm really aware of how creative I have always been. So the label around that is quite interesting. So I love everything about the delivery of these courses. I love the wisdom that the students bring. So, this collaborative learning that, this is probably the best professional development I have had in a long time, is in the delivery of these courses and the wisdom that comes from the students. This is not one way.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Carina. It's been beautiful to spend this time with you. Congratulations again on being our training provider of the week. And we'll put a link down below so that people can find you at Willow College. So thank you so much for your time.
Thanks, Isabelle.
Bye.